Hello, stock traders. I hope all of you are having a fantastic morning and are ready for a short week that I think will be very bullish. And in today's video, I am going to talk about an upcoming bull run that most are not expecting, in my opinion. I'm also going to give you two stocks that I like that have had key insider activity that you will want to stay till the end of the video to check out. But before I get going, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. I do have a Patreon group. I have a link in the description down below. I am not going to increase the amount of seats in that room, so you will want to get in and reserve your spot. I am not a financial advisor, but I am a stock trader that's had a lot of success over the last 10, 15 years. Actually, over a long period of time, I've had big gains year after year after year. And it's not that I'm that great, but it's that I have a strategy that really takes advantage of the vital few and following the vital few and not the trivial many. And if you are a member of my group, you will know more and more about why I say that. Anyway, before I get going, I have this video clip I want to show of Kevin O'Leary talking about how the market isn't nearly as bad and the economy isn't nearly as bad as other people think, and then I'm going to give my 2 cents on it.
Putting money to work over the last couple of weeks. You can't catch the bottom. It's impossible. But I don't see any indication in my private investments, which are across a wide range of sectors, everything from commercial kitchens to insecticide, wireless charging, gym equipment, greeting cards, all these private companies I have a stake in. I see their tear sheets each week. We don't see slowdown yet. And so I think I'll be one of the first to see it. I'm sort of a canary in the coal mine in that respect. And so a lot of this concern is anticipating a recession, figure we are due one at some point. But what everybody's forgetting about, there's two factors which make this more challenging to really call. Number one is we poured $4.5 trillion in 36 months into this economy from a helicopter, into the hands of consumers and businesses all over the land. That's a lot of cash, and it's still there. Number two, and this is far harder to measure, but there's a tremendous amount of productivity inherent in this economy now through technology. In the last 2.5 years, we've started to develop a direct-to-consumer model in every sector of the economy, with much higher gross margins, much more data. And so those that are really saying we're going to get a massive recession could be wrong and be missing returns as this market slowly claws its way back.
I also have access to a few small companies that have had and see their numbers each and every day. And I'm telling you that demand is really, really heavy. The other thing I really like about what's going on in the market is that the insiders, the officers of different companies, they are buying shares of their own companies at record paces. There are some gigantic purchases that are happening each and every day. Let's just take a look at this last week. I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so as you can see here, there are some big purchases kind of happening here. This is the top 10 insider picks of the week, and you can see how huge some of these purchases are. And I'm telling you, we saw pages and pages of insider activity this last week. Look at Carvana. This is crazy, the amount that we've seen here, and it's just been dropping like a rock. NGM Biopharma, another one that's had good insider activity. NextNav Incorporated, IVZ. But check the size of these things and multiple officers going in. Here's one by Chewy that I really like. There are lots of really great ones here. Lionsgate Entertainment. I don't like that one as much because that's B shares, which are not as significant. But there has just been massive purchasing that's been going on over and over again. Nerdy, this is one that I really like that has had massive insider activity here. Tupperware, that's pretty eye-popping, although I believe that is for the dividend payout that they have. United Airlines has had quite a few buys. There's just lots of really, really great transactions that happened this last week. So the insider activity paired with how Kevin O'Leary feels about the market and Also, how I feel about different numbers that I've seen at some of these companies. I'm telling you that there are companies that are within the discretionary income type or discretionary sales that are having massive sales, the best they've ever had. These are privately traded companies that I have access to, and I'm telling you there's some big numbers kind of coming out of these small companies. It doesn't look like a recession to me, just when you see the massive demand. And I really think and agree with Kevin here that the public is underestimating the demand that's happening on the market. All right, so let's go to the S&P 500, and what do I think can happen here? Well, we have all of these gaps. So as you can see here, we have all these gaps moving up. We have this big gap here. This gap goes up to 388 on the S&P 500. We have another gap up right at 400 that happens here. And we have this gap way up here at 435. But I think the market could really go on a nice little run here. It could be. We are seeing some lower oil prices. I know it's a little soon, but we are seeing that also. And so another reason to be optimistic about the overall market. All right, now let's go into and talk about these two stocks that I like, and we'll see what you think on them. All right, the first is NRDY. This is nerdy, and ticker symbol NRDY, and the CEO is buying up shares. As you can see, I showed you in that chart real quick all of the insider activity that's been happening, and this stock is really moving up based on that activity here. We are seeing a really nice move, and I expect this to continue. This has really been a great stock to trade. I've been a buyer since the insider activity has been happening. I have a terrific average on it, but this just keeps marching upwards. The insider activity continues, and we haven't even had this cross of the 13 EMA over the 48 EMA, and I'm expecting another big run after that. Now, we are starting to get kind of closer to overbought levels, but there's still just a lot of room left on this one, and the CEO continues to buy, and this continues to be reported each and every day, and so this is looking really good for a nice run. Second stock I want to talk about today just had insider activity reported this last weekend on Friday, and so as you are watching this video on Tuesday morning, you may consider looking at this stock and just seeing what you think. Very oversold here. We've had massive insider activity. Director Carl Peterson is loading shares and really loading up these low prices. We have a gap up here at 519. We have another gap up here at 645. We have another gap up here at 727. So there's lots of room to run. We have this not so long ago high of $9.38, which would be a 300% gain. So really like the insider activity on this one. Paired with, this is a terrific value here. We have not had a MACD Golden Cross down here yet, and it's still very oversold. So this is a stock you may take a look at. If you can get it at a decent price, this one might really take off. I'm going to be looking at it for a purchase on Tuesday morning. Of course, I wish you all the best in the stock market. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comment section down below. And Raythoven out.